My wife and I, we like to watch shows. Anybody like watch TV shows? Who only watches YouTube, like YouTube exclusively? Okay. Well, my wife and I, we're still old school. We like to watch TV shows. And we why is it so dark in here? Oh, well, maybe the Lord wanted it to. My wife and I, we like to watch these shows, and we like superhero shows, action shows, stuff like that. And every once in a while, we like sci-fi kind of stuff, you know? But one of the things that I can't really get behind sci-fi movies ever when this happens is time travel. I have a hard time watching movies with time travel because it never makes sense to me. Let me give you an example. In one show we watched, this guy is given a diary, a journal from this lady, right? And so she gives him this journal, and because he has this journal, he starts this mission, this thing that he wants to do. And he's going through and he's doing this mission, and so he meets the lady that gives him the journal, but she doesn't know who he is. He knows who she is. She doesn't know who he is. And he's like, they're going through the whole thing, the whole show. And she's like, I just met this guy, and da-da-da. And he's like, I know who you are. You gave me this journal. She's like, what are you talking about? I never gave you no journal. And she looks at it. Yes, that's my handwriting. Yes, that's my stuff. She gives him this journal that starts him on this mission, and he's going. Come to the end of the show. The end of the show, it's all done, wrapping up, no more seasons coming. And she says, we have to go back in time so that I can give this guy this journal so that he will start the mission. But the problem that I have is that in order for her to know that she had to go back in time for him to start the mission, she had to be in present time where he did have the journal. But the fact that he had the journal means that she already went back in time to give him the journal, but she didn't know who he was when she saw him for the first time. So how did she know she had to go back in time? And how did he know that she was going to be the one to give him the journal if she's going back in time in order to give him the journal, in order for them to meet so that she can, you guys want to see what I'm saying? Is anybody else confused? So was I. I was like, but wait, in order for him to get the journal, she had to go back in time. But in order for her to go back in time, she had to meet the guy with the journal already. How does this work? Okay, I have a hard time with time travel concept. People are like, it's possible. If time was a line and you bent it upon itself, I'm like, yes, but then you have to be living the same thing over and over again so that when you went back in time, you saw yourself still there. Like, I don't get this thing of time travel. But I know this, that in all these movies, what they do in the future and go back into the past has an impact on the future. And what they do in the present has an impact on the future. Now, what does this have to do with anything? I'm about to tell you. Your past vision or lack of vision for your life is currently having an effect on your life right now. And your current vision or lack of vision for your life will have an impact on your future when it comes. What you do right now is directly related to what your future will look like. So my question to you is this. If you were to take your life right now, what you do, what you are investing your time, emotions, and energy in, what you're investing in yourself, if you were to take your life right now, what would it tell you about what your future is going to look like? Good or bad? What does it tell you? Some of y'all are like, dang, I'm going to be really good at video games in the future. Going pro. What does it look like? Because you have to realize this, that what you do now has a direct impact on your future. Because what you've done in the past has had a direct impact on your present currently. You are reaping, you are having the effects of your past happening right now in your life. And if you don't figure out what you're going to do with your life right now, then you are going to lose it down the road. So what do you want? Here's my question. What do you want your life to look like in the future? You're like, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do for a job. I don't know for my career. How many of you guys have no idea what you want to do with your life? Your career, your job. It's okay. Don't feel bad. It's all right. Okay, you are still in high school. It's okay. How many of you guys know exactly what you want to do? Okay, be ready for it to change. Some of you guys won't. Some of you guys will go all the way. One of my friends, he was like 7th grade. He's like, I want to be an engineer. And he's an engineer now. I grew up and I was like, I want to be a dog catcher. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pastor now. I don't know. Actually, I want to be a spy. But that's neither here nor there. Now, what you invest in right now is going to determine your future. And you go, I don't know what my future is going to look like. I don't know what I should be investing in to get the thing that I want down the road. So, but here's what I want you to realize. If we look at Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10, here's what God says. It says, for we are God's masterpiece. I want you guys to sit up a little bit in your chair. Just sit up a little bit. Straighten out your clothes a little bit. Straighten out your clothes. If your hair is nappy, whatever it is, you just need to get it. I want you to kind of brush yourself off, say, I'm God's masterpiece. Okay, that was kind of quiet because I think we have a hard time saying this kind of thing about us. Saying, I'm God's masterpiece. That's right. A little bit of attitude, I'm God's masterpiece. So somebody comes up to you and be like, so you think you're all that? Matter of fact, I'm God's masterpiece. What you talking about? He has created us anew in Christ. He's created us anew in Christ Jesus so we can do good things he planned for us all along. What does this mean? That Jesus, God, has planned things for you to do in your life already. Some of you may not know what they are yet. Matter of fact, all of you don't know what they are yet. There's things God planned for me that I don't know what they are yet. But I know this. If I don't invest in myself correctly right now, I won't be ready for them when they come. God needs us to start having a legacy mindset. A legacy mindset. And this is kind of a foreign concept in America right now because in America, it's all about right here, right now, what makes me feel good. A lot of parents, they're just super involved in my job right here, right now, getting ahead of my career. But I want to be somebody, and I want you to start thinking differently. This is going to be really weird to you because in other countries, they have a legacy mindset. And legacy is something that is left behind for the generations that are coming. Or it's something that you received from the generations that came before you. You're like, I ain't got no kids. I know, but you have to start thinking about what's going to happen down the road. What do I want to leave to my kids and my kids' kids? What am I going to do with my life that sets them up for something great? And you know what? It starts right now. It doesn't start when you're a grown-up. It starts right now. Let me tell you this. If you wait till you're a grown-up to start making good decisions, you're behind the curve. It's like everybody else is in a race. You ever seen a race? You know, they're NASCAR. I never watch it, but they sit here, and it's like green light, go, and everybody's like, and they start going. And you're just sitting there. Oh, no, I will. I will when I'm older. I will when I'm older. No, I'll get to it. What? I'm older. Oh, I better get going now. Okay, but they're all the way ahead up there. You're behind the curve if you start when you're older. The Bible says a young person is wise if they follow the rules. But a curse comes on those who break it. Why? Because he's saying when you stay in the path of blessing, he's saying I can get you to a place that is beyond what other people are. See, some of you guys need to start having, all of us, myself included, a legacy mindset about not just me, but who's going to come down the road after me. Y'all are like, it's hard to, how many of you guys think it's hard to think that far ahead? Kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, great-great-grandkids. But let me tell you that. We going to have them. It's going to happen. The question is whether you are building something for them to stand on. The question is whether you're making decisions right now that will allow them to get to the next level. But here's the thing. Some of you guys are going to build that because you are going to be the firsts in your family. You're going to be the firsts. I'm the first person to go to college. I'm the first person to make 6 figures in my family, 7 figures in my family. I'm the first person to not get a divorce in my family. I'm the first person to not be an alcoholic in my family. I'm the first person to not be taken down by depression and anxiety. I'm the first person in my family to be a pastor. I'm the first person in my family to be a missionary. I'm the first person in my family. Some of you, God has called you to be a first in your family. But guess what? If you don't invest in yourself right now, then what he's called you to do, you'll either be behind the ball and won't get as far as he had hoped and wanted for you, or you won't get there at all. Some of you have been called to be the greatest in your family. Yeah, my family's always kind of been in a business, but your business is going to be the greatest that there's been. My family's marriage, it's really great, but yours is going to be the greatest. Oh, yeah, my family, they're a family of preachers and pastors, but what God has called you to do is going to be the greatest. But let me tell you this, you won't always be the greatest, because if you're the greatest for real, your ceiling, that as high as you go, will be where your kids start off. And they'll be greater than you. And their kids will be greater than them. And you're building this thing that God just gets excited about. See, God didn't tell Abraham. Anybody know who Abraham was? He was the guy who started the people of the Jews. Jesus is a descendant of Abraham. He didn't say, Abraham, listen, you're going to have an awesome life. He said, Abraham, you're going to have many nations come from you. See, guys, you have a purpose for being alive. It's not just about you. We got to start thinking everything's just about us. We got to start thinking, oh man, if it's just about me, I want it. God said, no. We got to start thinking down the line a little bit. Let me tell you, when you start thinking down the line a little bit, things change. You spend your money differently. You save your money differently. You get in relationships differently. You're like, hold up, I can't date you. You broke like 6 girls' hearts before this. We ain't going nowhere, son. Okay? I know your patterns, and I'm not going to be one of them. Because I'm going to be a first. And I'm not going to practice divorce by my relationships. I'm not saying you'll never break up with anybody. I'm just saying you're not going to do it stupidly. Guys, sometimes we're going to get in relationships and we'll break up, and it's going to be okay. There was a healthy relationship, move on, you go on. But sometimes we just get into these bad patterns. Guys, you guys are going to know how to treat your wife, how to treat your girlfriend. You're going to know how to treat them in a way that maybe your dad, your grandpa never did. And then, man, you are going to be the man in your house, and you are going to give identity to your children in a way you never received. You're going to be a first. But we got to start investing in ourselves right now. You're showing up to 418. You're investing in yourself. You're getting in the Word. You're investing in yourself. You're finding out where you're thinking not like Jesus and how you can think differently. You're investing in yourself, not just because God has something great for you, but because He has something great for your legacy. And it's a weird thing to think about because we're so used to immediate. We're so used to easy. Well, if it's not easy, I don't want to do it. If I failed at it before, I don't want to keep trying. If I'm bored, I'm not going to keep working that job. If I'm tired of the way this is going on, then I'm not going to do it anymore. If it doesn't feel good, then I don't want to keep doing it. But that's not what God has called you to be and what God has called you to do. God has called you to be somebody that sticks with what is necessary so you can invest in yourself so that all the good things God has planned for you, you can do them. All the good things God has planned for you, you can do them. I'm a dreamer. That's what I do. I remember one time, God was like, He corrected me because I'd realized I'd gotten upset because some of the things that I'd been hoping for hadn't happened yet and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to stop dreaming. I'm just going to do my thing. And God goes, you better stop that. He said, I made you a dreamer. That's what I made you to do, so you better start dreaming again. And I was like, yes, sir, I'm sorry. But one of the reasons why I want to see my dreams come to pass is because when my kids get older and they start dreaming, I want to say, don't worry, baby. Daddy was a dreamer, and his dreams happened too. Daddy was a dreamer, and it happened for him too. Don't you stop. Don't you give up. You keep going. Dad knows what it's like. He knows what it's like to have a dream, and it seems like it's not going to happen. Don't you stop. Don't you give up. I got you. I see what you're doing. Guys, this is going to be some of you. Some of you have parent situations that you can't handle it. But God goes, that's not going to be who you are. You're going to have a different legacy. We're going to have some firsts. We're going to have some greatest. When you begin to live with vision for your future, that there could be something great out there for you, it creates purpose on the inside. See, some of you guys hate going to school because you don't get the point. You don't get the purpose. But the purpose is that you are investing in yourself right now. Let me tell you something. You will get way farther if you know more. People can spot ignorance. And the more you know, the more you can engage with people in different tiers of life. Stop thinking about school as an inconvenience, guys. It's got to be a mindset change. You are investing in yourself for the good things God has for you down the road because you have a legacy mindset. When you have purpose, it creates passion. And when you have passion, you just start coming alive. You just start coming alive. You know, last week, I was told by two different people that somebody that they knew had tried to commit suicide. And I was grateful because one, it didn't happen, and God saved them and whatnot. But I got really mad. Not at them. I got mad because of what is happening to your generation right now. How many of you guys know somebody who's committed or tried to commit suicide? Guys, this is too many people. This is too many. It's too many. And I started saying, God, what is going on? And he gave me two things. There's more than two reasons, but these are the two he highlighted for me to bring up to you today. Number one, Proverbs 29:19, it says this. Nope, that's not it. I wish I would have asked you what it said for real. What's 21 say? Here, I'll find it in mine. In the verse that I was looking for, I apologize, I must have given them the wrong thing. It says, where there is no vision, the people destroy themselves. When they don't have a vision for their life, they destroy themselves. They go crazy. They just start breaking things off, and they go, well, I'm just going to live for the moment. But do you know what happens when we live for the moment? We lose track of the fact that we have a future. And when you lose track of the fact that you have a future, then the pain you're enduring right now seems unbearable. But when you have a purpose that you're looking forward to, when you have a purpose, even if it's not clear what it is, even if it's just, I know that God has something in store for me and I want what it is, when you have a vision for your life, all of a sudden the pain has purpose and you can bear it. I want to tell somebody in here, the pain you're dealing with right now, it has purpose. That there is a future that God has for you. And if you can just walk through this, hold on to Jesus and keep going, you're going to make it. You're going to do the good things God has in store for you. Don't stop. Don't stop. The other thing that he said to me, and this is where I kind of want to sit for a minute and pray over you guys. John 10:10, it says this. The thief comes to steal and kill and destroy. And my purpose is to give them a rich and satisfying life. You have an enemy that is trying to destroy you. You have an enemy that is trying to destroy this generation. And the reason why I believe he is doing that is because that he knows that if you wake up to who God has called you to be, if you wake up to what God has called you to do, if you wake up to purpose in your life, then you are going to create a revival in this world like the world has never seen. And so he is trying to shut you down. Some of you guys are like, I can't be it. That's not me. Oh, no, it's you. It's you. There is purpose for you. There is a purpose that God has for you. There are kids down the road that you don't even know that you are going to have, that God is saying, this person that you are going to raise will be the next Billy Graham. Will be the next person that God calls to bring revival. So God's saying, some of you guys, I have called you to go into another country and reach people. I've called you to start a business that changes the way that people see things and changes the way that people, I've called you to do something. And we're sitting there and we're just like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I can make it. I don't know if I can do it. And the devil's like, yeah, you just keep thinking that. You just keep thinking that. The devil's job is to kill, steal, and destroy. But Jesus said, I have come that you may have life